I hate to be the bearer of bad news on a Friday, the first day of spring. But yeah, you probably noticed. But here I am. It's not me. It's the pollen, right? The green stuff. You see it on the cars. It gets in your nose, makes your nose a little runny, itchy, your eyes watery. You got, chest congestion as well. These are all symptoms that we're familiar with if you are allergic to that green stuff out there, all that pollen. And you know what, Dan? Allergies don't have to own you. There are ways to fight back against pollen, according to Dr. Sylvia Morris. Green leaves and flowering trees can only mean one thing.
Spring has sprung.
And spring's not the only thing in the air. Pollen is too.
The South in general has high pollen counts because, again, our growing season, it's warmer here for longer periods of the year.
Dr. Sylvia Morris is a hospitalist with Kaiser Permanente. She says we'll reach peak pollen season around April or May. She says pollen helps plants grow, but it can get aggravating for those dealing with allergies.
Pollen is foreign, meaning it is outside of our bodies. Our bodies say, hey, what's going on here? Let's try and remove this particle from our eye, from our ear, from our nose and our throat.
Knowing where your allergies flare up can help you fight back. For itchy or watery eyes, Dr. Morris suggests antihistamine drops. For a runny nose, Dr. Morris says saline steroids or allergy pills can help. And decongestants can also relieve chest allergies.
So it's important to just be aware of what's happening with your body and having conversations with your primary care doctor.
Dr. Morris says you can develop allergies throughout your life so that immunity you once had as a kid can fade.
When you come from outside, just like your mom would tell you, you take off your outside clothes, change the filter in your HVAC. This is a good time to do that. And keep the windows up in the car, keep the top up, keep your sunroof closed, and turn the AC on.
And the severity of someone's reaction to pollen, Dan, really depends on the person. Dr. Morris says if you've changed locations, maybe moved, the vast temperature swing, the weather changes could also make you a little more susceptible to pollen. If you're not used to the South, all that heat and humidity, it is hot and wet down here, and so that could mean more pollen, so you might be a little bit more sensitive to that.
Growing up in Chattanooga, they have it bad up there. I guess I'm immune to it. I mean, it really does not hit me hard, and I'm knocking on wood because I also know that can change as you go throughout life.
It really can, yeah. So as a kid, I wasn't really sensitive to pollen, but maybe it was a couple years ago when it was really bad here. My sinuses just got blocked up, and I'm going to blame pollen because I don't know who else to blame. But, the pollen down here can get pretty bad. Last year we hit a record in metro Atlanta, and we're not even close to the peak yet. So if you are struggling, you're not alone. According to a study, 1 out of 5 kids faces pollen allergies. 1 out of 4 adults faces pollen allergies. So it's one of those things that it comes around every year. Pollen allergies, springtime. But we also need the pollen to grow all those plants, trees, flowers. So it makes spring so pretty, but it also makes spring a little aggravating too.